Hey Bueller, it's my day off. So, I've been watching like TV, pretty much. Week was really easy. Yeah, so boring weekend. I got a coffee strainer thing. Went to the beach. So I am going to go grab a cat to entertain you with. This one is white. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it, booty, kid booty. So this is Luna. She is displeased that I picked her up. Yeah, but you know what? If you have a cat, you might as well be a douche to it. They're douches to me by puking on my floor. Every cat hair is actually filled with vitamin jerk, but unfortunately because they are fully covered by fur, it's impossible for them to be totally jerkless. That's my theory. It's a good theory. Speaking of cats, I've been vacuuming like crazy. Like easily once a day I will vacuum shit and be like, yo, fluff and dander in my carpet, I smite you with the power of vacuums. That's what I say. So because I've been vacuuming like a fiend, my cats are completely terrified of the vacuum to the point where I will go unplug the plug that I have plugged into the plug that I plug the vacuum in, and the cats know. They're like, you're not getting that thing out again, are you? And like suddenly I just have like little heads peeping around corners. You're not bringing out the machine. They're so freaked out over the vacuum, and then when I actually pull it out, they're just like, fuck this. No, we're done. We are done. We want nothing to do with that. They hide in the bathroom because it's like the only place that's sacred that I don't vacuum. Okay, here's something. So I have an array of high heel shoes that I brought with me. An array meaning two pairs, a pair of boots and a pair of really sexy. I got these bad boys. And I think I need to fucking start wearing this shit more often. I mean, you know, if you're gonna have the shoe, you might as well wear it. I mean, you know, fuck it. YOLO. So, I'm gonna spend some time nerding out. I'm gonna try to keep it concise, but I'm gonna fucking rant. I'm playing World of Warcraft, right? Okay, and then my friend gets on and he's saying to me, you know, so I went online and I looked at the fucking, like, boss that we're horde on, this, like, giant triceratops with, like, fucking armor and, like, things on his side that he, like, rams into shit. He's totally badass. My friend, my fellow guildmate, Doom, he found out that basically they nerfed him about a month ago. Not only does he have less health, not only do all the minions that spawn have less health, it was just like such a giant nerf, basically. They just nerfed the fuck out of this dinosaur. And he's like fucking pissing me off that we can't like fucking nerf and blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, you know why we haven't gotten him down. Because there are some people who don't fucking pull their weight. Now, I just want to put this out there. I am a fucking baller healer, okay? I know I am, because my numbers do not lie. And, you know, I let my numbers speak for me. I gem, I enchant, I do everything that I'm supposed to do, and I get on those boards, I research the shit out of my character, and you know what? I bring it to raid. I am there, I am on it, I learn it, I may wipe once, but I learn my fucking lessons. And you know what? If my healing meter, if there's something off, and I'm like, man, you know, I'm not healing the way I should be healing, I take a step back. I take a gander at what I've been doing, my rotation, and I say, okay, you know, maybe I'm not bringing what I should to this raid, so I'm gonna tweak some stuff. Okay, well, what can I do? What's the damage going on? I assess the situation, and I fucking deal with it. Right now, I'm going into raid with a gear score of under 500, which is, quite honestly, it's bad. And most people would say, oh, you're a baddie for doing that. but I'm still pulling in ridiculous amounts of healing because I know what, and it's not just healing, it's about absorbs, it's about working to your strengths, it's about knowing what you can do with your healing and what you can't do with your healing. I'm really more of I'm a druid, so I basically hot everything. I put a little thing on everybody and then just kind of let it kind of, set it and forget it kind of deal. Of course, right now I'm main tank healing because one of our healers sucks. I'm just gonna say it out loud, like, he fucking sucks at healing. Because he's a fucking atonement priest, which basically means he's DPSing the boss. Now, for those of you who do not, who need the layman's terms of what I'm talking about here, I'm gonna break it down for you really quick. You know, you sober up before you go, generally, I mean, whatever. So you go in, and then you say, okay, we're gonna fucking kill some dinosaur ass. We're gonna barbecue that shit. Healers heal the DPSs. And the tanks kind of just like, they sit there like, hey you fatty, your mom's ugly, and I fucked her yesterday, even though she was ugly. So, you know, and the monsters are just like, I'm so enraged. As a damage, as DPS, damage per second, DPS. Basically, you have to be pulling in at least 500,000 damage, I think, is the number that people try to shoot for-ish. Maybe on the lower end of like 300,000 on like some of those shittier fights. Okay. Alright, cool. If you are a healer, and you're supposed to be, I don't know, healing, okay, healing all your friends, alright, okay. So you're healing your friends. Why are you DPSing? Pad the numbers. This is what people say. They want to pad the numbers. Okay, so let's say all the DPS is supposed to be bringing in, let's go on the low end and say 300,000. Okay, how much as a healer are you doing for DPS? How much? Just put it out there. How much are you actually doing? Is that 26,000? Is that like a quarter of 100,000 that you're doing? The dude from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and just be like, so tell me again how you're padding the raid. Because let me tell you, my friend, fucking switch to Holy, suck it up, learn your class, and fucking heal. If you want to do DPS, take your DPS spec. Like, now, if we were in dungeons, if we were just doing 5-man stuff, heroics maybe, I would say that's totally cool, man. You know, whatever. Or, you know what, wait until you're ridiculously awesome druid and you're ridiculously awesome shaman, you know, totes bagoats to my girl, who's the other healer. There's 3 healers, okay? If we are a gear score of like 522, which is a phenomenal gear score, that's like getting up into like heroic shit, then you can bring in your fucking broke ass priest heals. But however, we are actually relying on you to fucking bring in your numbers. He has a higher gear score than I do, and he's fighting me for my heals. I'm sorry, that should not be happening. As a priest, you should be blowing me away with heal. Now, granted, the general argument for this is the way I like to play my character. I like to do damage while I, you know, and do this. Okay, okay, that's fine. Then fucking don't heal. Then do damage. Then find a different class. Because what you're doing right now is hurting our raid, is hurting our progression. Okay. So that's my argument. One part of the raid isn't working. Let's take a little gander at some of the problems with the DPS. We've got a rogue. We've got a couple pugs. Pug is basically a pickup group. It's the people where we're missing a couple people in our group. So we kind of say to the general populace, hey guys, come in and hang out with us. Okay, fair enough, my friend. So it is a sad day when the pugs, when the people we pull in who are not actually in our guild are doing more damage than the people in our guild. Learn your fucking shit, dude. If you cannot learn your class and you cannot bring what the raid needs, whether you are DPS, whether you are a tank, whether you are a fucking healer, you need, my friends, you need to bring your A game. And A game does not just mean you are attentive and you don't stand in fire. It means that you know your class, that you know what you need. We need an intervention. We need a healing intervention. One of our DPS sucks. We need to have a DPS intervention where we need to sit down with her and fucking say, listen, you either need to fucking learn how to do it on the move or not. And that's just the way it is. Like, DPS is a dime a dozen. Fucking learn it. Or get another class and bring that, because that might be easier for you. And it's harsh. So this is problem number 3. Okay, problem number 3. So, are the excuses. Excuses are this nasty little creature that live inside of our brain, our little lizard brain, and they pop out of your mouth when you feel like you're being attacked. Like someone stabs you in the gut, and then you have this knee-jerk reaction of like kicking out the fucking of like spewing excuses. If someone fucking calls you out in raid and says, dude, don't stand in that shit, you say, yeah, I totally fucking stood in that shit and I am not gonna do it again. You don't sit there and say, well, I mean, it wasn't really my fault because I was like in the middle of shit and then like this other dude showed up and like that kind of like freaked me out and like, so I mean, it's really not my fault. I'm just putting it out there. It's not my fault. It's not my fucking fault that I fucking fucked up. I'm just saying. It's not my fault. Okay. The other thing about this boss is that he does this thing and the DPS and tanks have to interrupt it. If someone calls you out and says, hey, you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing, please get on that. Please do that. And you say, I was doing it. It just happened to go off before I fucking kicked it, because that's the ability. It's kick. You fucking like kick it in the stomach and it's like, spellcasting, can't do it right now. I digress. Excuses. I hate them. Own your mistake. Learn from it. Move on. So the moral of this story is know your fucking class, bring your A game, and stop making fucking excuses for shit. If you suck, you suck. And that's not a bad thing, it's just a learning experience waiting to happen. So learn your game. I have been doing this since EverQuest. When you sat there with your fucking little timer and it was like boop, 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 push a button. Boop, 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 push a button. Literally like that. That was fucking game for a healer. I've been healing. My father was healing this shit when I was like 11. We understand Kricket knows what she knows, so maybe we can sit down, like we need to fucking pull it in and take a step back and be like, okay, you know, maybe we do need to reevaluate some shit. That's all I'm fucking saying. Alright guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos if you thought that they were cool. That's my shit and I'm sticking to it.